Covered the red carpet at the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Hi, I'm Garcia.
I'm Kelly.
And we are the HerCastleGirls.
Hi,
if you like videos about entertainment, pop culture, lifestyle, this is the channel for you. You go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
You know what to do.
So we're so excited because this video is basically all about how we covered the red carpet at the Canadian Songwriter Hall of Fame ceremony.
OMG, who are we?
This is the biggest red carpet we have
that we've covered. Yeah.
This ceremony, basically, they induct some of the best talent that Canada has ever seen in the music industry.
Goodness.
So we're talking about Tom Cochrane, Diane Tell, Blue Rodeo, Sarah McLachlan.
Oh my, awesome. They had live performances. Everyone was on their feet. It was so cool hearing the speeches that were being said about the inductees coming into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and knowing, like, you know, our background is music as well. That's right, we dabbled in some music every now and again. So we know what it's like when it comes to songwriting. The people that Cara mentioned, these musicians, they bared their soul for so many years, giving us amazing tunes, amazing lyrics. Being a part of watching them celebrate them,
it was a buzzing red carpet. It went along so quickly to speak to most of the people that came down the carpet, including some amazing people like I and Lights. We're going to share with you the interviews that we had on the red carpet. We hope you enjoy this video. Let us know in the comments who you were excited to see us chat with. And of course, let us know if you like content like this, because we will continue to bring it if you want it.
We'll bring it. Here we go. Enjoy!
I want to talk about your latest single. Let's talk about it. Call us now as a songwriter. Of course, this is the perfect event for us to talk about the process. First of all, you hear the word damage. And I think everyone can resonate with that on many different levels, different experiences in their life. And I obviously don't have to get too personal, but where were you rolling from to really kind of bring this story across for this song?
Yeah, I love that you were able to tune in on that with the song. Like, this is such a meaningful topic to me, because I think as women, we're downloaded with a lot of expectations and a lot of weird oppressions, I think, that we don't even realize are happening to us at a young age. Until years later, when you're starting to feel them back, and going, why is that my response to that? Why am I feeling like I'm not allowed to do that? Or why am I feeling like I have to do this? There's a lot of things that come out of us that we don't know why we're doing. And that's not just for women, that's for everyone. I think, like, in this world now too, especially with social media and all these modern expectations, there's just like, you're going to do this and you're going to be happy and you're not going to complain. I think, that alone is something that a lot of people can resonate with. But I mean, I think there's a lot of, like, maybe religious oppressions that some people are growing up with, or maybe their parents are downloading their trauma onto their kids. I think there's just so many things we're feeling back all the time. And this song looks into that and just goes, what am I really? Who did I... Is that me saying that? Or is this the person that I think I'm supposed to be? So Damage kind of looks at that and goes, that's right, this isn't me, this is Damage talking. What am I doing? Me saying, I gotta wake up and post today. Like, we don't know. Is that us? Yeah. What do we want to be? So Damage is
What even inspired by those that we all sort of grew up with? We're talking about Tom Cochrane, Sarah McLachlan, for people where it was like, oh yeah, I grew up with them. How does that feel for you?
I mean, it's crazy to be here. These are artists that have helped build the landscape of Canadian music. And Sarah in particular, who I'm doing a song for Sarah's Induction. They let me do this.
I'm so excited to see it.
I love her, and I don't know what this industry would look like without her, especially as a woman, with Lil Fair and her opening up opportunities and supporting other artists and enabling me to, giving me permission as a kid to say, oh, you can do this, you can write, you can be a singer, you can go out there and do the thing. I think we underestimate the power of just seeing that as a kid and going, yeah, cool, there's one, I get to do that now. And I don't know what it would be like without these artists, and especially with the next wave of like women coming up. I think it's in production. There's a lot more female producers coming up, and that's one of those things that you get permission internally when you see other women doing it. So Damage, I actually produced myself. All the new music I produced myself, and there was time. Talk to me 10 years ago, I would have been like, oh my god, I can't do this. I don't know what told me that. I swear this isn't me. This isn't talking, man.
When you look at songwriters, how do they inspire you for the work that you do, especially considering your family's legacy?
Thank you. You know, when I'm writing a song, I write it. So I create a song to be able to help me to build my character, build the world that we're trying to create. Music is an important part of my lifestyle, my part. It's natural for me to embrace the storytelling that songwriters are doing and use myself as a vehicle to give me some of the things and space in between.
I love that. And how are you inspired to say when you see a story or something happening? When you look at something, you say, yeah, that's a story that I need to share, or, you know, I feel inspired by the story. How does that emotion come in?
Well, I mean, people just don't
Yes.
once you feel it, you know it.
Yeah.
I think it's hard for me as a storyteller to try to tell a story that I don't believe in, or a story that doesn't make my heart break a little bit, you know, and also cause a little bit of disruption.
Yeah.
We need to disrupt some of these vibes that are happening right now. Yeah, and plant some different seeds.
Parents are Canadian, recognized to go to Jamaica.
Yeah, man, you got Jamaica.
So yeah, big up Jamaica a long time. And I love your plan.
I am up.
Yes, let's go. Wait, let's do it.
Yeah, I have to model it. So this is an original collaboration with Canada in honor of Marley Brothers. This one is a sleeves jacket. So I'm wearing it on the red carpet, so good for you. You know, taking it before you, but in honor of you.
That's beautiful. I love it. That's beautiful. That's awesome.
I love it. Oh. I need to get one. How do I get one? I know, but then the killer of it is this.
Hey. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Yes,
this part.
Wow. Fantastic. That's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah. Amazing.
Beautiful.
This is my friend Phoebe Dobson.
Oh, yes.
Hi.
Phoebe.
Hi.
How are you?
Did you know that Phoebe has a makeup group?
You know what?
Donna Corey.
She's one of the baddest. She is.
Right.
Industry.
Right. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm one of the baddest right now. I don't even know. I'm like, we just finally connected, and the world doesn't know. We're like,
the world isn't ready.
I mean, there's a lot that goes into a good song or what it means to make a hit, but I think at the end of the day, it has to have emotion. You have to feel it's coming from the heart. It has to be relatable in some sense of it, and it has to have a good hook. It has to be melodic. There's so many factors that go into a good song, but
yeah, I know exactly what he's saying. It's like it's really hard in a sense to break down exactly what it is because I love so many different genres and styles of music. So for certain songs, it can just be like the beat or the melody or something. But I find songs that I love in a good song, and it usually has to do with like the melody and the way that the beat's driving the song. In my opinion.
Yeah, big songs. A lot of like emotional relatability for sure. I mean, it's a good song, good lyrics, always helps. Good hooks.
You're the ones that sit there with the paper and you say, okay, how are we going to do this? What is the process, especially as a band, to songwrite confidently, share with each other, understand the story, and then share it with your audience?
I mean, that's a really good lesson.
Yeah.
And it's really deep because, well, it's funny that you ask now because we're sort of in the process. We're working on a record and we're really in the deep like broad cave of songwriting, and trying to whittle something down to like its really true essence. And for us, one of the key ingredients is being completely okay with totally arguing with each other, and really just knowing that the point of what we're trying to do is a common goal, and we don't worry about what words get spoken, how they get spoken, and what the vibe may be in the room. It's like the gold is at the end, and so you keep going to the goal.
I'm laughing because it's just like we are right in it, and it hurts like hell. That's all I can say. And I understand people had a different approach, depending on what they're trying to achieve. So for us, we have like a sort of cosmic spiritual belief in this strange magic of a song, and it makes me obsessed. And it's really a fascinating process of having to like peel away sort of external expressions of yourself, any phoniness, any sort of like personality tics that you pick up. It's like, what is the essence of who you are, and what is the value to someone else? How is that going to connect someone in their like aloneness? So for you to say that you guys have felt that from us just motivates me so much, because sometimes it feels like I'm not an algorithm and I should be, or like, you know what I mean? I just feel stupid that I'm so committed. But being at an event like this and hearing from you, like, it's like, come on, this is a magic thing that we can offer.
What does it take to make not only a great song, but a song that stays with us? Because the one thing I realized with your music is that doesn't matter where you go, people know that song from maybe 20 years ago. People know the music and it stays with them.
Well, I think that first thing you have to do is not be very calculating about writing a song. Just write a song that means something to you. Tell a story that means something to you. And if you do that, there will be some level of honesty in a song. If it's not a good melody and good beat, it's a good band. You have a good band, which you've always had. Then you have having it mean something to people. But the more calculating you are, the more fake the song's going to be. A long time ago, in the infancy of the band, we opened up for Chris Christophers at the Phoenix. And if not so much by words, even though he was a gentleman and a sweetheart, just osmosis, just sort of learn that you have to write songs, simple songs that have meaning, that people can identify with. And I think that had a big effect.
What is it about your songwriting do you think that makes us all like evoke so much emotion, even when we might not understand what you're singing until we go to Google Translate and say, "Oh, hey, Google Translate." We love a Google Translate. But what do you think that is? I think that's so amazing how even when you don't understand the language, just the sound of the words and the emotion that you're evoking makes people go, I resonate with it.
I love hearing that. So thank you so much. I really appreciate those words. I really believe, honestly, everything is frequency, and music specifically is super obvious that it's all frequencies, and when it comes from your actual physical voice, your emotions coming out through those frequencies, I feel like it connects to other people in a way that we can't explain, but it just resonates, and I know many songs have done that to me where I could tell that the person was being honest and just feeling it. I really feel a lot, and I feel a lot when I write, and I'm hoping and wishing that every intention that I put in, that it's just every little, just as many things which is quite normal, and music is the most beautiful tool to explore it. I'm so comfortable. I have big fans, I have flat shoes. I mean, you're ready. Can we ask for more? We can have pockets.
Yes. For you, after all of this time and contributing so much as a songwriter, what is it do you think that you did that makes your music stand out, and not only stand out, but have that staying power?
Well, I think in a nutshell, I just basically tried to sing songs that meant a lot to me. And that I didn't care what was fashionable. I didn't care about impressing people on that level. I just wanted to connect with some of the ideas I had and some of the thoughts I had and some of the stories I wanted to tell and try to be true to that. Because I don't believe in writing hit songs. I don't think it's for me anyways. I mean, a lot of other artists do it and I'm not judging them, but I always sit down to write a song that where I want to get something off my chest, where we're almost like therapists and songwriters. I am, you know, therapists first and foremost to ourselves, and you hope it resonates with other people. Yeah. And whether that comes in the story I'm telling through a person narrative, as in Big League or White Hot, or whether it's something directly about me, like more inside the band, the Life's a Highway, where I'm trying to deal with some terrible suffering I saw in Africa, and then I write one of the most happy songs of all time. Because I need to write a pep talk to myself to bring me out of those bumps of some of the suffering I've seen. And I think that's all part of the tragedy of life. You know, you deal with a lot of these things, and you deal with them as well. And you hope it resonates with a lot of people. And it does. And the songs are the soundtrack for a lot. You know, I was a fan starting out, and all the people planted in the band. And, you know, the songwriting try to cut but initially you gotta be honest with yourself, and you gotta deal with your own issues. And songwriting is a wonderful way to be a therapist for yourself.
Yeah. What makes a great song? Because it is great. Yeah. It's such a unique way of telling a story. For you, what makes a great song and what evokes that emotion to the people inviting to that song?
I think a great song, like, it just comes from a really heartfelt place. I think if it's a true story, even if it's not, it's a story that you've made up that, you know, evokes emotion in someone, and it could be any emotion, if it's sadness, happiness, you know, whatever. But I think a great song just evokes emotion in someone, and it tells a story. I think that's, you know, you said it perfectly. You tell a story in a song, you know, storytelling. And I love writing songs that, you know, tell the story of my life, what I'm going through. You know, as a 20-something, you know, we deal with a lot, and it's really important to, like, have representation in songs. So I always try and write about real things that are happening in my life that other 20-somethings can relate to.
That's awesome. And I know this is going to be a hard one, but as far as songwriting goes, person that you're inspired by when it comes to songs?
Oh, easy. I am the biggest Bruce Springsteen fan ever. So Bruce Springsteen for sure. But I worked a lot with Robin Onalini on my new project, and she has inspired me so much. So good. So yeah, I'd say her as like kind of a new artist coming up. I've really enjoyed working with her. But obviously Bruce Springsteen is my number one, and if I ever got to work with Bruce Springsteen, I would just die. We're manifesting it, yes. I have a song called Springsteen on my new record, so hopefully we can send it to him. Springsteen, if you're listening, please put it out there.
You've been talking about what makes a great song.
Yeah.
And this is, I think, more than ever, this is the night where you ask people, because all the people here are responsible for the songs that stay in our heads, that evoke emotion within. So for you, what makes a great song?
Yeah, I think three things. Number one, singable. Number two, memorable. And number three, that it says something, you know? And I think that every one of the nominees tonight, or inductees, I guess we say, has nailed all three of those things in a lot of the work that they've done. And you know, I can speak to that because I spent a lot of time covering these artists that we're going to induct into the Hall of Fame tonight. And covering those songs has been a masterclass in songwriting for me. We grew up in a time, my wife Amanda's here with me, we grew up in a time when, you know, these artists like Sarah McLachlan, Blue Rodeo, Tom Cochrane, they were in their prime. And what a scene we had in Canada, and still have today, right? But those guys they were on another level. Oh, yes, in the right place.
So tell us how you said it. Tell us what you
Tell the story.
You want to hear the real story?
Yeah.
So yesterday afternoon, Tim calls me and says,
we gotta go to this event tomorrow night, Matthew Hall, Songwriters. Do you have anything to wear? I have nothing to wear. Just came together yesterday. Wow. So I ran out to a small retailer in St. Catharines, Winners. And I found this. It's amazing. No, it's awesome. And shout out to Winners because I have no idea. Yeah, we do love us some Winners. Yeah, it looks great. Thank you. Amazing. Oh my god. Beautiful.
I'm sorry, every time. I'm totally okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Thank you so much. When you think about Canadian music and songwriting, what is it that sort of inspires you in the music that you create today?
I think it's just real stories. And it's like people processing how you feel about something. And like, as a songwriter, it's like when you have nowhere else to put a feeling or you don't know how to like say it, like somehow music kind of steps in and helps you get there and then opens the door for anybody listening to that song to get there too. So I really feel like these songwriters tonight are incredible. They've created medicine for so many of us through our entire lives. And like, we're at dress rehearsal and like we're looking in the seat where they got everybody's pictures like taped to the chairs. I'm like, Sarah McLachlan's gonna be sitting right there. This is crazy. I'm losing my mind. I'm so honored to get to be here tonight, and I really feel like their voices are important. Like to talk about hard things, to talk about. So I would say, I don't know. It's just like as fellow human beings, all of a sudden, like we really are very much alike. Like we feel a lot of the same emotions, and artists like the ones we're honoring tonight have done such a good job of expressing that and opening the door for us to be able to express it too.
What can we expect from your performance tonight? What are you?
I'm so excited. I get to sing a Blue Rodeo song tonight, which I love, and I'm singing with my friend Tim Hicks, and we're performing Till I Am Myself Again, which is one of my favorite Blue Rodeo songs. They have so many great ones, but there's like a line I get to sing that talks about half-finished bottles of inspiration that lie like ghosts in my room, and it feels like this like moment sitting in a hotel while you're on the road in the middle of nowhere and you don't know where you're going tomorrow, where you were yesterday, and like just feeling a little lost as a human and being able to just surrender that feeling. And everything about this song feels very good to me right now, and I love it, so I'm very excited to get to play it.
That was so good and so fun. And it truly was a dream to stand before a lot of these artists that we grew up with and ask them questions.
It was really cool being a part of that and hearing their answers and watching everyone get along and high-fiving. And
so many of them are friends and know each other. So we hope you enjoyed this content. And of course, if you did, make sure you let us know in the comments. Hit that like button. Make sure to comment. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. Join our growing family. We're so glad that you've decided to be friends with us here online. Thanks again, everyone. We will see you in the next video. And until then, bye.